wouldn't be Florida without this. A heavy tropical rainstorm coming down just prior to kickoff here in Tampa at Raymond James Stadium. Today it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here, as it'll be the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Fall is in the air, and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in week 4. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Irving to start the drive. And space tough to come by there as they get maybe a yard to the 37. You look at this Eagle defense. We know they're going to be tough to throw on. Top 3 in the NFL defending the pass.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Zach Bond able to get in there and run him down for what's going to be a loss of 15 yards all told. And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. He'll find his rookie wideout from Ohio State here. Despite a pickup of 16, they're still well short of the sticks on 4th. 4th down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at the 20.
180, 180.
They run with a dangerous Saquon Barkley. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, there's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Running again with Barkley on 2nd down. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. Hurts completing this one quickly. And he's not going to sniff the 1st down here. He stopped at the 25.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
This is taken at the 18. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
They'll stay on the ground with Irvin. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer 1st down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Now Mayfield. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Running the toss to Irvin. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
I like the call. Inside the red zone, running the toss. Why? They want to get to the edges. They want to see if guys who don't normally make a lot of tackles are willing to actually do that. That usually means the guy's in the cornerback position.
Here now a 3rd down and 8. From the gun, Mayfield. And that will be incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
And his kick here is good. And the Bucs take a 3-0 lead. Well, both teams kind of feeling each other out here. And now after 3 drives, we have a score with that field goal.
Yeah, they're still waiting for their breakout drive to come to them, all right? They're using the playbook well. They're looking for that extra section that says touchdowns instead of field goals. But they'll take the 3 for now and try and get set up for more later.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion, guys a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. Just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3
and now
and
they
out.
have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. 2nd down. Here's Barkley again. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
And that's a nice pickup of a 1st down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley, and another 1st and 10 here. Burt's going to move him around. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. Now inside the 25. Saquon Barkley. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Saquon Barkley, his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. And the Eagles are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first-quarter lead. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. You look at this Eagle defense. They were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
Have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw. They ended up getting 4 sacks in the game, stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire time, made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield.
And that's what they told us. He tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very first quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff. They've told him all week long, we've got to protect the football. They probably crossed that fine line.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Buccaneers are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line.
Intercepted. The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack.
Hey, alert, 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 alert. 180. What's up?
Throwing, Mayfield. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began, thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Pistol, pistol, pistol. 180.
Play action now. Here's Mayfield. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to it. Here's Riley Dixon now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. On the return, Jackson. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Hurts sets up to throw it. And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack. Yaya Diaby, he's the one who got in there. He gets the sack.
And it's 3rd down. 3rd and long.
After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a third down coming up. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
The 20, 10, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Dallas Goedert, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles are able to widen their advantage. Elliott good with a PAT. And that pushes the lead up to 11.
Buccaneers 3.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this one over the back line of the end zone. Well, they definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Their deficit is 11, 14-3, and needing to get something going here as they come up on 1st and 10. Calling a gain of 3 on the play, and it's 2nd down.
I think as he began this throw, you saw that the area was congested, but he has a lot of confidence in his arm, and he fits that one in there nicely. They pick up the catch, not much yardage afterwards.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you. That's a really nice job there by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make a play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice gain downfield.
Barkley, inside handoff. What a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run. 88 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Hurts. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Here's 2nd and 10. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Goddard. And the Eagles are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Throwing is Hurts. And Goddard's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. A great effort there. With his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. As his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Elliott now to add the extra point. And it's 21-3.
Makes the score Eagles 21, Buccaneers 3. Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. And Mayfield again with the interception, his third. Picked off by Andrew Makuba. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. A big play there by the rookie. An interception followed by the return for 6 points.
If you want to be accepted by your teammates and coaching staff, make plays like that.
And it looked like the operation got fouled up there. This ball was pushed to the right. It's no good.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6. And now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Mayfield. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Reed Blankenship. And the Eagles are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 46. They'll drop it off with Saquon Barkley. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Yaya Diaby got in there behind the line and dropped him for a loss on the play. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Here's Hurts to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Hurts. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Levante David. And the Bucs are going to take over at their own 28-yard line.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. This is caught by Evans. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try to put some points on the board.
So 8 yards on the completion there, and they'll be left with second and a couple. At his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are. You know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Riley Dixon now to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
63. No,
they keep it on the ground. This time it's Saquon Barkley. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. This ball nearly intercepted. A once-in-a-season chance for the big fella, but he couldn't corral it. Fourth down, straight ahead. On is the punter man as he boots this one away. This is taken at the 23. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left. And, oh, my goodness, here's a 5th interception. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Good. Set.
On 1st and 10, it's Bigsby. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the Bucs 34-yard line.
And Bigsby once more. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5.
It's now 3rd and 5.
Good. Set.
They'll look to throw. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And he is going to have an Eagles first down. He needed 5. He got it barely, as it will officially go down as a gain of 5 yards.
It's a gain of 6. And an Eagle first down.
They'll look to throw here on first down. This short throw caught by Goddard. And they'll get this down to the 10. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So not quite a first and goal. It's first and 10 from the 10. Motion left, Smith. Off the play fake. Here's Hurts. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Second and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. The quick slant caught. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. No one left in the backfield as they send a man left. They'll throw now on the final play. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Saquon Barkley in the final seconds of the first half. And the Eagles would extend their lead here just before halftime. Elliott good on the extra point. And the rout is on here in this first half. So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 35-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they'll have time for one play. That's it. 3 seconds to go before intermission. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Chase McLaughlin to kick off for the Buccaneers.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here first and 10 at their own 23. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of these guys. Block and catch the football, not easily done in today's NFL.
Up the middle with Barkley. 92 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there. And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And And this will be down by a member of the kicking team just outside of the 30-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They'll start on the ground with Irving. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Once again, it's Irving. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Pistol. Real. 180. What's that?
Mayfield on play action. And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much.
Well, his struggles continue. Open targets, and he keeps missing them, pressing way too much. He may have a big arm, but until he learns how to harness it and have some touch, he's going to continue to struggle.
Now a 2nd and 10. That will give Irving running right. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
20. Hey, alert! What's that?
To throw, Mayfield. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 33. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
At the 33-yard line.
On 1st and 10, here's Irving. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. And he lost 6 there on the first down play.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
He's got his receiver. That's Ibuka. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 23.
A gain of
17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Here's Mayfield. To the right side, catch made by Ibuka. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Another connection between the two. This one good for 12 and a first down.
Buccaneers, first down. 1st and 10 at the 11.
Mayfield looks to throw. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. Mike Evans, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Buccaneers get a bit closer. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead is down to 24.
Buccaneers 10. Chase McLaughlin to kick off for the Buccaneers.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And that one not returnable. It's over the back line to the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Incomplete. Leads to 2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Set.
They'll set up a throw. And Hurts is intercepted, his 3rd of the game. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot. Mayfield now. And that'll be incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside, probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as they'll go for it on 4th down. They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. And it is caught. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th.
1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. A first carry for Rashad White. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Mayfield to throw it. Throw out right. It's brought in by Otten. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
White is into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Maybe line formation, fullback leads the way for the touchdown. Sort of a lost art, isn't it?
It really is, but sometimes when you're able to bring it back and use it against other teams, they're not prepared for it. They haven't seen it in a while, and now you gain an advantage, and we just saw that advantage result in a touchdown.
Mayfield going to try to throw for the 2. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone, and that cuts the lead a bit further. Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure, but that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready, because you may need multiples to throw out a ball game. There's a great example right there.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. And third quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
So here's a 3rd and 14.
Brings up third down.
Now Hurts going to shift him around a bit. They'll drop to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Levante David. And they'll have the ball set up in the red zone at the 16-yard line.
Intercepted. The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Point it right. Point.
Following the interception, Mayfield. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
Play fake. Mayfield. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Throwing, Mayfield. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Brings it in over the middle. And the Bucs are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Now a timeout called for by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Now Mayfield. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Andrew McCulba. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick-6.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. And as confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
We have played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Tampa. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Elliott now to kick this one away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone. So this ball will come out to the 30 now. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 75 yards receiving for him now. It's a 1st down.
Good for a 1st down. first and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Yep, what's that?
Baker going to give it to Irving. The tackle by Nakobe Dean. He really hasn't been able to get on track running the football, averaging less than 4 yards a carry.
Yeah, I think that they're going to enjoy the film session because all the defenders are filling their proper gaps on just about every play. And you know what they always say for a defensive coach? When I click off this film, I better see 11 jerseys in the picture going after the ball carrier.
Throw right side, taken in by Godwin. But he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 14 yards that time for number 14.
First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
What's that?
Mayfield off the play fake. That is incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
133.
Mayfield. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance. The passing game's off balance.
It's Nakobe Dean with a pick. And the Eagles are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he had won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001, to throw 7 picks. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he